Hey guys, Brian with Buffalo Beer Reviews, back with something really fun that we got to have some of at the Buffalo Niagara Brewing Brewers Invitational a week and a half ago-ish. And it was from the New York Beer Project, and that was the second version of the one, even though they wrote the regular ABV. The one, version 2, clocks in at 7.1% ABV, not 5.8. I liked the first one. It was the New York Beer Project's kind of first experimentation, if you would say, publicly with New England. It was really nice. My thoughts on the one, I'll put a card to it up here in the corner. This time around, you see a really big kind of jump in ABV. I think that's going to be the first and most noticeable difference between version 1 and version 2. First one was 5.8%. This new one, version 2, is 7.1. So there's a considerable jump in kind of backbone to it. Do you know what I mean? Both of them drink fairly close to one another. They hit the similar notes, pineapples and stuff like that. But this version 2 on Untapped, it says, from the mind of our longtime brewer Greg, who was not the brewer behind version 1. So Greg got the nod for version 2. Says this New England has a juicy tropical flavors and aromas, including mango, pineapples, and tangerine, that are balanced with notes of spice resin and cassis. Cassis, which is kind of like a blackberry sort of fruit, if you will. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's see what this thing has to offer, huh? And they are, I think, having these beers, you know, out of tasters, out of like the little 5-ounce glasses, you can get a really good kind of read on it, but I don't think you get the full picture. The way the colors look, the way the light interacts with them in a big glass, the way the aromas kind of build up on one another, and I think really the way, you know, the aromatics play with it and the way they taste. You know what I mean? Again, this is the New York Beer Project, the one, version 2. So you take a look at this thing, and it's all sorts of really, yeah, I just got this too. I don't know, it's gave me a nice looking head, but the body of this is all sorts of that really dark sort of orange. It's hazy. I'm trying to see if I can look at it from different angles. It's hazy, really super well carbonated. I love that. And it's got that really nice uber premium sort of head, and it's just off light tan and ever so degrees of light tan. Do you know what I mean? Man, oh man, it looks wonderful. Yeah. And you do. It's got these nice vibes of resin and spicy notes to it. The darker sort of tropical aromas. Yes, on the tangerines. Yes, on that sort of cassis sort of vibe, that blackberry sort of vibe. Yeah, it's oranges. Yes, I'm not getting much say pineapple or grapefruit or any dankiness or anything like that. And I didn't get a hop profile either. So I'm just gonna leave that to, you know, the question mark unknown category. But I mean, if you've been around a dozen of these New Englands with a similar sort of you know, look and appearance and aroma, you know, there's only a handful of, I think, different hops that you're gonna use to give you, you know, looks and notes like this. But it's enough of me. See what this thing tastes like. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now this is a little bit different. Say the last video I had on here, which was Lord Hobo. They had this really upfront sort of sweetness throughout the beer. This has a subdued sort of sweetness. It's a nice sort of lead into the beer, semi-sweet, but it's like semi-sweet, but it turns into this kind of this dark, resiny vibe to the tangerine. I think up front it's a tangerine sort of vibe, but that's not bad. It's something. I'll tell you in 1 second. And I think what you'll notice is you're gonna ride this semi-sweet tangerine vibe into this really nice pineapple vibe across the back, and it's a kind of expands into this wide pineapple, and I dig it. Wow, it's really cool. Some of the other notes, like the mango notes, I feel like they just mellow it out on either side and give it a nice, cool little platform for these other notes to kind of reverberate off of. It's just as smooth as I think you would want from a New England, which is always great. It's got the look, it's got the aroma, it's got the taste. And this time around, that 7.1% backbone, I think some people, won't always disagree with. That's good. Sometimes you want a little bit of a kick in the teeth. Sometimes you don't want a little bit of a kick in the teeth. If you're in the neighborhood for something a little bit stronger, then this will be right up your alley. I think they do a really nice job of hiding that the strength to it, though. Do you know what I mean? 7.1, I don't think is going to be difficult to handle in this guy at all. Really smooth on the mouth, really smooth on the aftertaste. Just the whole experience is smooth. It's really nice and enjoyable. I'm not really getting any aftertaste. You get little bits of, I think, the tangerine and little bits of the sweetness, but that doesn't really stick around very much. I think you're going to just be really happy that they made an updated version of this, the one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe a little bit of the of that little alcohol-y sort of bite to the back end of that aftertaste. Kind of lets you know, reminds you of the heft of it. Do you know? But yeah, it's got the resinous, the spicy, that concentrated tangerine, citric sort of presence. But it also kind of offsets it with the sweet nature of it via the pineapple and via the mango. That's really about it. This is enjoyable. This is not going to be a hard crowler to finish. It really isn't. That's really about it for me, guys. Just a little heads up for the future videos. Probably my next video is going to be the Victor opening of the New York Beer Project. So I kind of learned a little bit in my Buffalo Niagara Brewers Invitational. I'm probably going to keep the filming at the New York Beer Project's second location to a minimum. I'm just going to kind of do like what the vibe is like, what the inside looks like, the outside looks like. I don't believe I'm going to be doing any sort of beer reviews on location. If I do anything, it'll be, what are we drinking? Is there any difference between the Victor location and the Lockport location? Is there any difference in, brews available? Is it a little bit more Victor specific sort of brews? I know I saw the Victor Lager, kind of like the Lockport Lager, but is that a different lager as opposed to the Lockport Lager? I don't know. So maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll see what's on tap. Maybe I'll see what they're pouring. maybe I can give everybody kind of a look into what it looks like, the names, anything like that. But beyond that, I think I'm just going to go for enjoying myself as opposed to lugging around battery packs and cables and 3-axis gimbals and the iPhone and the GoPro. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna enjoy myself, and I'll just do a very minimal, I think, video on the Victor opening. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. If you'd like to see something else from the Victor opening, I will totally play ball. I'm doing this partially for myself, but also because that's what I want to do with this channel. I want to go and do beer-related, news and happenings. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching and giving me all sorts of good feedback. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.